Shalom, call all you Yahweh Shem Shah. Shalom to the elect. Now this video right here, this is about the main primary reason Esau was created. So the Most High can set Esau up, allow Esau to create these weapons of mass destruction and actually wipe themselves out while they top leaders and all that stuff. They're gonna escape, but they're gonna get thrown into captivity. Now, this movie that came out, which I already seen the documentary about this, but I want to actually sit and watch the movie, so I may go do that in a little bit just to see something else in there through the spirit. But you had the guy Oppenheimer, which is the guy who created the atom bomb. And there's more details into who created the atom bomb and all that stuff too. You had different scientists and all type of other people in the mix. Also, when that war took place, when Hitler was doing what he was doing, different scientists went to different parts of the world. Some came over to this side, some went over to the other side. And they was working on different projects. But at the same time, though, Esau was actually created to do what? Book of Isaiah chapter 54 verse 16, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy." Now, when you look at this, it talk about a destroyer of worlds and all that. And this other video, I'm gonna just share the link on that one because that's 2 hours long. I ain't gonna let that whole video play. I'm gonna let it play a few little parts out of that though. Look at this scripture, man. Him saying that was biblical, man. That was prophetic. You're the destroyer of worlds. Now, the world they're talking about, Esau not going to destroy this whole earth. They like to put that narrative out, like the end of the world and all that shit. No, the earth will abide forever, like the scripture said. You get that? Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4 says, "One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever." So a generation of these Edomites is getting wiped the fuck out. And you see it get ready to take place now. It's a few different videos I want to pull up on this, but I'm going to try to skip to the main points as I say these precepts. But yeah, man, them creating that, really, like the scriptures say, he that diggeth a pit shall fall therein, roughly paraphrasing. This literally is a pit, because when they launch this shit, they can put them on planes and nukes and all that, but they come out of a silo, which is a pit, a big ass pit in the ground. So they dug that pit to their own destruction, man. That's how bugged out Esau is. They sent out all these scholars and different rabbis and all that to read these scriptures. They was wise enough, they thought about like, hey, we don't need to do this shit because we're gonna take ourselves out. But they so proud, man, they're gonna do that shit anyway. Then they're gonna have the nerve to try to escape and hide out. Let me go to this precept right here. Book of Revelation chapter 6 verse 15 says, "And the kings of the earth, and the great man, the rich man, the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, every free man," because you're going to have some people that got bunkers, doomsday preppers and shit. They're going to be hiding out too. It says, "hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains." And you got the Cheyenne Mountain shit in Colorado, all them different mountains and ranges, and the Ozarks and all type of shit, man. Esau going to be trying to hide the fuck out from this destruction. New Zealand, Iceland, up there in Siberia. Man, they got some shit, man. And only certain people gonna get access to it. Let's see. Let me let this video play some more. I'm gonna get another preset. which he come from Amalek, those big bankers and them big families that control different assets and resources and scientific laboratories, that Scientology shit. All that shit go back to Amalek, man. That's why they actually be in position to do a lot of the stuff that they do. And it's prophecy, man. For them to do what they do. Now look, this just gonna go, I ain't gonna play this whole video, I just want to play that little part in the beginning when I talk about the destroyer of worlds. But it's just gonna go more into his history and all that shit and then so on and so on. Now let me let this other video play. Just a little bit of it, not too much. See, all this stuff is spiritual, man. You got the you know what about to come out, the Karagma, the badge of servitude. Once they put that in place, really, the elites control a lot of these leaders, but you have some leaders that buck up because the Most High put the spirit on them to do so, and they're not going to be with that chip. They're not going to be with that badge of servitude. They're not going to want to have a country putting that in them. Oh, especially them Persians, they not going with that shit because they practice certain customs as well. And part of their customs is not putting that shit in them. So all hell gonna break loose, man. Especially when they realize they ain't gonna be able to trade and do business a certain way. It's gonna have to be that system set up, that beast system set up. So that third woe is close, man. I got this other video too queued up. Let me see. Cause this right here, this show how, this give like a little glimpse of how gruesome shit was. Let me see where it was at. That part that I was watching. See, look, and I'm just pause that right there. Look, when this happened over here in Babylon, because it's gonna happen, man. You have a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm military." No, fuck that. Prophecy say people always talking about they believe in the Bible till you really bring out stuff like this, information like this, because it's spooky, man. It's scary because don't nobody really know they fake. You can have faith that the Most High gonna save you and deliver you, and don't nobody know for sure until it go down. That's why it's good to have strong faith. And trust in I don't want to trust in your house by Shem Rashah. Let me go to this other video real quick. I'm gonna pull a few more precepts and end this off. See, I just want to leave that image right there. A lot of nations getting drawn into this third world's war, this third war, like the scriptures say. Book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14 said the second war is past. I'm out of the Second World War. It says, and behold, a third woe cometh quickly. You see it going now. They go into this region of the earth. Let me get that. In the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, or Yasharallah, whom they have scattered among the nations, a part of my land. So people have to look and see. That's why when you be around people, you just so happen to mention this stuff. He has to put fear in you about what's to come, the fear of the Lord. But also to let you know the Most High really gonna turn these heathens against each other on our behalf. See, we don't have no military or no big arsenal or nothing to try to go fight Esau and take them out like that. No, that shit ain't going down like that. That's their blessing, the sword, and the fatness of the land. But our people do have Yahweh or Yahweh Shah working in our favor. So what he doing? You see him, what he doing? He gathering these nations. You got them doing drills and shit, getting ready to get ready for this third war. And they just gonna wipe each other out, man. While they leaders sit somewhere else and get ready to get thrown into fucking captivity. That's what's going on. Let me see. Book of Joel, I'm just putting these different precepts. Book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 12, it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And you know what else gonna happen in the midst of this? Yahweh Shah gonna come back, because there's gonna be so much destruction and chaos going on. And the elect gotta get delivered. Let's see. Yeah, the elect gotta get delivered. So all that stuff gonna be happening simultaneously, back to back. That's when you gonna know for sure who's saved and who's the elect and all that. Because the elect gonna be getting beamed up while them nukes dropping. Could be simultaneously, because they don't really take that long. You ever see a ship, how they move, through the spirit, they could beam you up so everybody can watch and see, or they could beam you up at an instant, depends on the location. People will see when that day comes. Just speculate on that. So, let me see what else, what other precept I want to get. It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, which I mentioned in the previous video. Them nukes get up to 100 million degrees Celsius. So damn right shit gonna melt. It says the earth also and the worst that are therein shall be burned up. That's some spooky shit, man. That's why people say, oh, that ain't gonna never happen over here. Hey, it's gonna happen, man. Look at this precept right here saying. Revelation chapter 18, verse 10, standing afar off, but a fearful torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It ain't gonna take that long, man. This video is just out. Didn't mention that it only take 30 minutes for them to reach from that part of the earth, which is primarily over there in Russia, Iran, these different areas, and to reach over here. So that's 30 minutes traveling. Then the other 30 minutes is for the fire to spread out. And when that happened, book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 27, and then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. And that's what's going to happen, man. And see the ones that escape, what's going to happen to them? They're going to get grabbed up. Let me go to this precept real quick, and then I'm going to go to the end of so. of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 2, it says, John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from her outer wine out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. We read it on some more. It says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men. He will deal with them, and they should be his people. And Yahweh himself should be with them and be their power. And knowing that and keeping that in mind, what are these heathens going to do? They're going to try to fight. Because they're not going to want to get thrown into captivity. They're not going to be, especially once they realize who the Most High people is. Some of them already know. Some nations know. You know, they just don't put it out on a major platform, major level like that. But everything going to come to fruition as is written. The water Yahweh Shem Shah for knowing that information and being able to share it. Call all Yahweh Shem Shah. Adawan, righteous edifying, and Shalom to the